Happy holidays, everybody. My name is DeShara Doub, and I am the founder and CEO of Vision of Promise LLC. So, 2020 has been one crazy year, right? It has presented so many issues for so many people. Um, so many people we've lost, so much adjustment to life. So I wanted to come on here really quickly as we are beginning to celebrate the holiday season and talk about holiday self care. Now, self care is a concept that many people throw around. And it's one thing, previously a lot of people had skepticism about self care because they deemed it as being selfish. They deemed it as you taking away from possibly opportunities or even gifts and things for other people. But one of the things that I encourage my clients and many people during my presentations is that you can never serve from an empty cup. You have to be able to refuel and recharge yourself, as well as get yourself back to a level that you could be able to function at your highest potential. So, as many of us are celebrating the holidays, and it looks very, very different for many people this year, I will encourage you that if you are celebrating in solitude, if you're celebrating with maybe yourself and another person, it's a very small group this year versus the large group that you're accustomed to. I would definitely encourage you to follow some self care plans. It's something that's very, very important for you to continue and carry on to 2021. But I would definitely encourage you to start now, start self care. So, one of the things that I always tell people about self care is that you want to make sure it touches on your five senses. Okay. So, taste. What is that wonderful snack, your favorite drink, maybe that delicious meal that you absolutely love? Make sure you have those things on hand. A lot of times with meals, that can be a little difficult if it's not freezable or if it's not something that's not perishable. But I would definitely encourage you if you have a favorite snack or a favorite drink, definitely have that on hand at home. One of the things that I've always realized is when you have a difficult day, it is nothing like coming home and being able to kick up your feet and have that delicious snack or that wonderful drink. So I definitely encourage you when it comes to self care, definitely hit on when it comes to taste, touch, and feel. This time of year, particularly when it goes into winter time, many people like to snuggle up. You have more heavier fabrics, we have sweaters, we have things that make us feel really good. That is such an important sense. So, what is that favorite blanket? What is that bathrobe that you love? If it's a velour type fabric, if it's silk, if you like something to be warm, if you have a favorite blanket, I would definitely encourage you to have also that on standby. And it might be a particular piece of clothing that you'll wear. So, you might be a sweater person, you might like sweatpants or have your favorite pair of socks. Whatever that is, again, make sure that you have that available because you never know when that day will come that that one piece of item will be an amazing addition to a very rough day. The third is C. So I don't know about you, but I love movies, right? And so a lot of times when I'm having a bad day, there could be something in particular, it could be a television show, it could be a movie, a sitcom that it makes you laugh, it takes your mind off of the difficulties of the day or the current time. I would definitely encourage you to make a list. What are those things that you like to see that brings you joy? If you're not a television person, it might be a book you like to read. It might be maybe a magazine. It might even be a person, some pictures, a memory. What are those things visually that bring you so much peace and so much joy? For a lot of people, it is scenic type things. So they might like the fall leaves falling off the trees. They might like the snow and how it falls on different things in nature. Or it might be the scene of a beautiful beach, right? white sandy beaches, beautiful blue crystal water. So whatever those scene pieces that you absolutely love and enjoy, make sure you have that on hand. And one of the things I always tell people is when it comes to visual things, you can always find apps that you can plug right into your television, and you could be able to blow up that visual. So again, maybe fire, like a fireplace where you see the fire crackling and you see the flames going up. Again, making sure that you have those things that you really enjoy seeing available to you. Next is smell, right? I don't know about you, but I love candles. Candles, um, essential oils, if there's particular fragrances that you enjoy, I would definitely encourage you to have those things on hand, right? So it can be a candle. It can also be maybe the smell of fabric softener. It can be many different things that kind of bring you some peace and comfort. It can even be the smell of a delicious cooked meal. I would definitely encourage you to actually consider what are those things that you love to smell. And if it's things like a candle, essential oil, maybe a bath scent, some type of bath salt or something like that, make sure that you also have that on hand because, again, you just never know when the day will come where you need that optimal relaxation. And finally, when it comes to hearing, many of us have very different things that we love to hear. So it can be a playlist of some maybe smooth jazz, some old school R&B, some classical, whatever it is that really just puts you in a calming state. A lot of times when it comes to music, the most relaxing music is sometimes those that do not have lyrics. So you can find some really good instrumentals that again will provide you comfort because a lot of times if the lyrics are kind of provide a different type of atmosphere, that can also get into your psyche and it might actually do opposite of what you're trying to do when it comes to relaxation. So I definitely encourage you create that playlist. What are those songs that just brings you so much peace, so much joy? It's relaxing. You might even be able to fall asleep on it. Make sure you create a playlist, and I'm sure for many of us, there are many different platforms that you could be able to put songs on a particular playlist and be able to enjoy at your convenience. Also, when it comes to hearing, I mentioned before when it comes to seeing, maybe a fireplace. So, a lot of people are very comforted by the sound of the wood crackling. And that's really soft and subtle. And it's also something that a lot of people enjoy around this time of year. When I mentioned about the beach, a lot of people are comforted by the sound of the waves, the sound of the wind. There are so many different videos out there. Some of us like thunderstorms, some of us like really heavy rain. Whatever those things that you really like to hear, I would definitely encourage you to press save on those and make sure that you have those available to you. Self care is so important, particularly in times of the year where it's most difficult for people. So many people experience seasonal affective disorder around this time of year when we're not getting a lot of sunlight. Again, when a lot of people are indoors because of bad weather and many other factors. So I would definitely encourage you that when it comes to self care, particularly this time of year, as well as keeping in mind the current environment we're in with 2020, bump up your self care twofold at least. Whether that is maybe once a week, or if you could do it every day, that would be fantastic. But dedicate one day a week to your personal self care. For many of us, we like to get our pedicure and our manicure. Some people like facials, massages, along with the many different examples that I gave you. Make sure that you're scheduling that. All of us, we're busy, we're working. There's many people that are parents, many people that are caregivers, many people that are humanitarians and frontline workers that are always giving to other people. But it is incredibly important, no matter how much service you give to others, that you definitely pour that also back into yourself. So definitely make that self-care playlist, make that listing, make sure you have those things on hand. And again, at any point in time, if those things can be of comfort to you, definitely pull out that thing and be able to have a wonderful rest of the day or a wonderful evening. Also, as we are going into 2021, we are really having a high anticipation for things to be better. We are in 9 months of a pandemic, and I can't even believe it myself. And so it's something that's really, really important to make sure that we're also checking in with ourselves. So I mentioned about self care, and that's something that you can always schedule. It's something that can temporarily provide some comfort and relief when you're having a difficult day or you just need an extra love and attention. But if you find that there are things going on in your life that is more long term, so if you're finding yourself being a little more lethargic, if you're finding yourself being a bit more sad, you're sleeping more often, maybe you're having dark thoughts, you're isolating, and again, that's something that's along with the pandemic. But if you find those things are coming up for you, I will highly encourage you to seek a mental health professional. There are many people out there that can provide you really good insight and be able to tackle those things that are really impacting you in a negative way. So, again, if you are a person of faith, there are pastoral counselors. If you are a person that's seeking maybe family dynamics and you want to really get in touch with that, there's marriage and family therapists, you have professional counselors, licensed clinical social workers, and many others. So, I would definitely encourage you if you have a EAP, which is an employee assistance program at your employment, definitely utilize that. Most EAPs you can get from 3 to 7 free counseling sessions. And those again are brief, but they are very impactful. And even after your free services are concluded, they can provide a wealth of referrals and resources and information that can be very beneficial for you. So I'll definitely encourage you to look into that if your employer has that. Also, if you have insurance, definitely go on your insurance's website. Start looking at what therapists are under those insurance panels. A lot of people are having financial straits. So if you could pay a small copay to be able to get those services, that would be fantastic. And so I definitely would encourage you to look through that list. Most mental health professionals, you can Google. So you'll be able to look at their website or look at reviews or look at maybe what are their specialty areas. And again, that's something that could be beneficial for you to see if that therapist is right for you. Also, there are many, many websites that provide low cost therapeutic services. There are some that require a membership, like a one time fee, and there's others that just has platforms to be able to provide those low cost services. So I would definitely encourage you if you're someone that maybe doesn't have insurance or doesn't have accessibility to utilize mental health services under your current plan, I will highly encourage you to go online and look at low cost therapy services. There are many out there. Also, if there's a therapist that you are interested in, ask them if they provide a sliding fee scale, which means based off of your income and your debt, a therapist can be able to determine what is an appropriate fee to be able to provide you services. So that's always an option as well. I would tell you all there is no such thing as not having quality and affordable and convenient mental health services. And so I would encourage you all this holiday season, if you find yourself having some difficult times, there are many text lines, there are many call lines, hotlines that are 24/7 that has people there that can talk to you. And maybe if you're having a challenging thought or you're dealing with grief or you're having a sad moment, those call lines are great for people that need an immediate assistance. So I hope that this is helpful for you all. Again, the self care, make that a plan, make that a part of your vision board for 2021. Put that on your schedule. Again, you deserve to have that opportunity to relax, to be able to enjoy not only the holiday season, but beyond. And also, please keep in mind the mental health options that I provided for you all. There is no such thing as not being able to get mental health. Okay, I know that it's something that's been stigmatized, but I'm very grateful in the recent that mental health has been something that has been widely talked about through social media and through news platforms. And so definitely take the opportunity to evaluate your own mental health. And again, nothing has to be wrong right now. Your life could be perfectly fine, but maybe need a little tune up, just like your car. So it's something that's very, very key. It could be very beneficial for you to be able to tackle that. Again, you do not have to wait until a crisis comes up. It's always good to have that mental health professional on standby that could be able to assist you. So I wish you a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a happy Kwanzaa, and a wonderful New Year. Stay safe. I wish you all nothing but the best for this new year. And if you have any additional questions, please feel free to send me an email. You can go to my website. And also, if you are in the state of Kentucky, I am accepting new clients. Feel free to go on my website. You will find information on scheduling services with me. And if you're interested in presentations, I do many. You are more than welcome to glide through the playlist and you could be able to see many different presentations that I've done. I can be booked for 2021. And again, it could be a group, it could be some of your family members. So I think it's very important to be able to talk about these things with someone that has some insight because a lot of times it's difficult talking about mental health related things alone when you're with groups of people. So I will be more than honored to do that for you all. Again, go to www.thevisionofpromise.com and it has all my information on there. It also has services and you can be able to contact me there and let me know how can I best assist you. So again, I want you to have a happy new year and a happy rest of 2020. You all take care.